Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe wants to share with us, especially if we're feeling like we're kind of on shaky ground, those thoughts of doubt and fear and worry start creeping in, things are feeling uncertain and you're not sure what to do. The universe is here to share a message for you, and excuse me, and wants you to remember to breathe, that it's going to be okay. Because so often we just get hyping ourselves up and we don't take the time to pause and breathe. So let's take a look at the cards and see what messaging the universe wants us to know. Yeah, like I was saying, Peach. Inhale a breath of life. Yeah, the universe really wants us to breathe. So often we're shallow breathing. So often we're caught up in running from thing to thing to thing. We're putting all this pressure on ourselves. We're adding more and more to our plates. We're listening to all these different other people, and, not that they necessarily have bad intentions, but they have their own perspectives, their own opinions, and it may not align with you. It may not be true for you. I know, earlier today, I was, just poking around, listening to people's different thoughts, and someone was, going over some statistics, and for a minute or two, it kind of sent me into a panic because I didn't want it to be true, in the sense of I have certain things I'm looking for in life, and these statistics were not looking promising based on things involving my life. And I was like, and then it's like, wait. And I took a moment to pause, to breathe, and it's like, wait, I'm getting into this fearful mindset. Not that my emotions are bad, not that I'm not allowed to be human and feel what I feel, but let's take a moment to pause. Let's take a time out. Let's take a moment to think about this. Would coming from a place of fear be the most helpful for me? Would it help me get what I want? Because again, fear is false evidence appearing real. And I'm just like, well, if I'm coming from a place of fear, it's probably going to also be a place of lack. It's not there. I'm running out of time kind of thing, this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, will that help me get what I want? No. Okay, I see the thought, I feel the feeling, it's here, and I was able to process through it, work myself through it, and I happened to, pull out one of my decks, just to be like, you know what, universe, you have anything to tell me right now? And literally the card that came out was the breathe. I'm like, yeah, I was feeling that, okay, my intuition's spot on, yeah, don't blindly panic, don't, buy into the narratives, because even if there's evidence of it, that doesn't mean it's true for everything, because the divine, the universe, can work magic and miracles. Okay, sure, that's the truth for a lot of these statistics, is over half, but I was like, okay, wait a minute. Just because it's their truth doesn't mean it has to be my truth. Doesn't mean that I'm part of that, statistic. I don't have to be. I can choose not to be. I can work with the universe, to make miracles happen. And so, just to talk myself through it, because I had a moment. I'm human, guys. I felt kind of silly afterwards, but I'm like, you know what? This is what being human is sometimes. You have those moments of insecurity, of doubt, of, uncertainty, and you go, and it's like, wait a minute. Just because this person is a quote-unquote expert doesn't mean they know everything. They're human just like me. And, there's also the thing of confirmation bias. So even, the experts, with all their good intentions, they're still human. They may miss out on things. They don't know all the ins and outs of things. And, if you want to go down the religious route, people like Jesus were working miracles, and, people were, coming back to life. What was it, Lazarus, I think his name was? And, the blind were being able to see, and, all these things. So it's just yeah, the divine can work magic, and they can work miracles. So it's okay, okay, calm down. I don't need to jump to worst case scenarios because honestly, like, I think part of it is just being around my family because they actively expect the worst. They're so pessimistic, be like, oh no, I always expect the worst, so then I can't be disappointed. But then they still somehow get upset and mad and frustrated and go on to all these rants and complaining and like all these things. So it's like, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but it's like, okay, just calm down, remember to breathe. And you can choose to breathe in the life, breathe in the love, breathe in the light, or you can choose to focus on the negative. You can choose to bring more of that energy in. That's what my family does. They speak death over themselves all the time. They speak ill will over themselves all the time. It's like, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better because I had that moment where I was like, whoa, and like my thoughts were speaking ill over myself. Like, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. I don't subscribe to that. The power of beliefs, guys. So yeah, just take time to breathe, to pause, to recollect, to, stop and smell the roses, to enjoy life, to savor the ride, because it's not meant to be all doom and gloom. It's not meant to be a constant struggle. Yeah, there'll be some moments that are challenging. There'll be storms, there'll be hardships, but it's not meant to be that all the time. And, it's a whole lot easier, to stay the course, to weather the storm and all of that if you remember to breathe properly. But if you're hyperventilating, it's going to get a whole lot harder to handle it, to navigate the situation because you're hyping up your nervous system. You're making it all anxious and, fight or flight mode. And it's like, okay, let's remember to breathe because, breath is life. Breath is life. Right, that's what I was saying. Speak your world into being. We can literally speak things into existence. The tongue is a mighty, powerful thing. There's a reason they say the pen is mightier than the sword. It's the power of your words, the power of your thoughts, the power of your beliefs. So, what is it that we're subscribing to? What are the narratives we're telling ourselves and others? What are we repeating to ourselves? Because I know that recently I had the daily with the mental repetition. What are the loops of mental chatter that are going around in our head day after day after day, just looping around again and again and again? And, most of the time, I'm fine. I'll be like, you know what, I trust, I know things are working out, all this and the other. But, those experts come in, it's like, oh, then you start to doubt, and it's like, wait. They have their truth. They have, what works best for them. That doesn't mean it works best for me. We're on different paths. I can take what people say. I can listen to it. I can consider it. But I need to use my discernment to see if it aligns, to see if it resonates. And I can take what resonates and leave the rest. It's not like I have to be like, oh, you're just wrong, you're stupid. No, it's like, okay, that's your opinion. That's what you've come to know. That's cool. That's the thing. Doesn't mean I have to subscribe to it. Because so often in today's society, we're just speaking death and ill and all this harm over ourselves. With my family going on about how nothing ever goes right, everything always goes wrong. Just going into this onslaught of all these horrible things that are happening to them. It's just like, do we really want to be having our focus on that? Because we can speak things into existence. Our beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. There's the placebo effect for a reason. And, the energy you put out into the world comes back to you. So if you're planting all these seeds of negativity, you're watering those seeds, you're nurturing those seeds. Why are you surprised when it comes time to harvest that you get more negativity? It's like planting a tomato seed and expecting to get apples. You planted the seeds, you nurtured them, you watered them. You're not going to get something else, So just be mindful about your words and, don't beat yourself up if you have, a human moment. You have a moment of insecurity, of weakness, of fear, of doubt, any of that. Like, you're human. It's okay. We're all doing our best. We're all the work in progress, a masterpiece at the same time. Yes, strive to do your best. Yes, strive to live a life of integrity, of faith, of trust, of believing in yourself that, you're going to have good things come to you, expect good things. But you're human, and humans are flawed. Despite all our great intents, despite how hard we can try, despite our strengths and all that, we still have weaknesses. We still have flaws. We still have days where we stumble and fall, where we make mistakes. But the key difference is if we pick ourselves up again or not, if we stay the course, if we keep going, no matter how small our steps, because the only way we can truly fail is if we give up and we never try again. Because our story's not over yet. So, this one thing may not have worked out for you, like my whole fiasco with that toxic group and the narcissist, or, my past jobs with all these toxic bosses, or, all these fake friendships, this, that, and the other. It's like, those didn't work out the way I hoped they would, but my story isn't over yet. And so if I give up and be like, all these people, they're just so toxic, they're just so cruel, they're so cold, they just, use people, they abuse people, they neglect people, they manipulate, they deceive, all these things. Like, there are people out there who do that. You shouldn't, turn a blind eye to it and be like, oh yeah, everything's sunshine and rainbows, but at the same time, is that really what you want to focus on? Is that really the reality in the world you want to create and manifest for yourself, if that's what you want to speak into being? You got to be mindful of that, because your tongue is very powerful. Yeah. New Moon in Libra, know you are loved. That's the thing. Your story isn't over yet. It's still being written. You are co-creating with the universe, and the universe adores you. It supports you. It protects you. It guides you. It loves you. It will never forsake you. It will never abandon you or forget you. So know that you are loved. Know that it will use anything and everything for your benefit, even if it doesn't look like it right away. Like the story of the Chinese farmer. All the neighbors, were like, oh, we know better. It's like, oh, that's such good luck. That's such bad luck. And in the end, it's just like, you don't know, because the story isn't over yet. The horse gets out. Oh, that's terrible luck. Comes back with wild horses. Oh, what good luck. Those wild horses, break the son's arm. Oh, what bad luck. Oh, but then, the army comes around trying to recruit people, and the son is spared from going to war because his arm's broken. Like, you don't know. The story isn't over yet. And so what can seem like horrible luck, what can seem like you are unloved, like you are unfavored, could actually be the universe protecting you. Like how I was able to get away from the toxic group and the narcissist. We were ejected from each other's lives, and it turned into this whole fiasco. It was very painful. There was a whole lot of hardship and all that. But in the end, it was for my benefit, because it's so unhealthy to be around people like that all the time. And it's like, I already have my family. So it's just like, do I really need to be like surrounded by so much negativity and toxicity and manipulation and deception, all that? No, the universe wants better for me. So, and the universe wants better for you too. So even if something seems bad, know that you are loved and the universe is working out in your favor. It can literally work magic and miracles for you, even if you don't see the progress yet, even if you're not seeing, all the ins and out and the ultimate, end game yet. Yeah. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Clear your mind. Like, we can get all this mental chatter and negative narratives going in our mind. Like, that's what I had to do earlier. Literally, I had to clear my mind and be like, wait, pause. Do I want to go down this path? Is this where I want to invest my time, energy, and attention? Will this actually help me? And sometimes, yes, just to get it out of your system. Other times, no. You need to clear that away. So, I listened to some music, I hung out with Suki, and I'm doing better. But yeah, like, We don't need to subscribe to every thought that goes into our head. And there's also intrusive thoughts, so not every thought that is in your head is yours. Everything is energy. Thoughts can be energy too. You can be picking up on thoughts from other people. So it's okay to clear your mind. It's okay. You can remember to breathe, to pause, to get into that zen and peaceful mode, Remember, you're loved. You are very much loved. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks, yeah. And those blocks can come in the form of limiting beliefs. It can come in, the form of doubt, insecurity, feeling like you're unworthy, fear, all of that. Like, if I would have continued down that path, no judgment, because we're all human and we have those days, we have those moments. But if I would have continued down that path and subscribed to that narrative, I would have been blocking myself from what I wanted. Because, I feel it in my heart and soul. I've felt it for as long as I can remember. It was about stuff like family and having loving families and, having my own children, having a loving partner, all of that. So it's just I've felt that in my heart and soul for the longest time. But it's just you look at my immediate family, you look at all these people around me who were pretending to be my friend that weren't, all these, toxic bosses that were two-faced, who were acting like they had my best interest in mind, but were just using me and draining me dry, that toxic group and the narcissist, all those things. And so it's just if I were to subscribe to, what the experts were telling me, it basically was oh, you're kind of dooming yourself the longer and longer this kind of stuff goes on. It's if I would have subscribed to that, I would have been blocking myself from what I feel in my heart and soul is right for me, from what resonates. And so it's just we gotta let go of these blocks. It can take some time. You might need a journal. You might need to meditate. You might need to, go to therapy. Whatever it is, release the blocks. It may take time. It's okay. You're allowed to be human. Modern society can put us to the ringer. We can have wounds, we can have scars, we can have trauma, have all this baggage. It's okay. It's not your fault. But you're the one who gets to decide if you want to keep carrying that baggage around with you, or if you want to start doing the work to unpack it, to unload it, to let it go, to stop dragging it around with you. And it's not always easy, some of it is a whole lot easier said than done, but know that you can choose to release it. You are the author of your story. You are the captain of your ship. You get to decide. You can release it. And again, remember that you're loved. And yeah, even in areas, go for it. As soon as, you take time to breathe, you can start, speaking the reality you want into existence, remembering your love, clearing your mind, releasing those blockages. It allows you to pursue your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, what you feel in your heart and soul. You're not going to be tripping yourself up anymore. I mean, you still might have those days and moments because you're human, but overall, you're elevating your energy, you're leveling up, you're stepping up your game. You're not playing in the, same old patterns and habits as before. You're not playing by that rule book. You're not playing that game anymore. You're just you know what? Other people might want to play that game. Other people might want to do the whole manipulation, deception, backstabbing, whatever it is. They might want to play by those rules. That's not how I want to play. That's not the life I want for me. And I can chase after, I can pursue, I can speak into existence the life I want. I am loved, I am deserving, I am worthy. I know I can have what I want in life. I know that the universe is working everything out in my favor, and that in divine timing, everything's going to come together beautifully. So I can go after it. I don't have to be, the statistics of those experts, I don't have to, be going through the motions, being on autopilot, doing the same thing on loop day after day after day, living a life that I don't enjoy, that it's miserable, working a job that I hate. You don't have to do that. You can go after your dreams. you can have a life that you truly enjoy. And sometimes that's them telling us, oh, you're not being realistic. Some people, they want to be a stay-at-home parent. Oh, you can't do that. You need to work and this, that, and the other. Or some people, it's like, oh, you'll never make it as, your own business and like creating a business for yourself. That doesn't happen. That's only for, super wealthy people or whatever. It's like, there'll be people who are raining on your parade and trying to, dissuade you from your dreams, from your passions, from what resonates inside. But you can go for it. This is the universe giving you the green light, saying go for it. Go for it. You got this. You're loved. You can speak it into existence. You got this. Yeah. Grizzly bear strength. You have the strength to see this through. You can persevere. You can make it happen. You have the resilience. You can stay the course and weather the storms. And some days, again, it's going to be easier said than done, but it's going to work out for you. It's going to work out for you if you can remember to clear your mind, to release those blockages, those old baggage. Remember that you're loved. Remember to breathe. You're going to be just fine. It's going to work out for you. Yeah. Raven, clarity. You are getting so much clarity when you do this. When you're not getting tripped up and, unintentionally or maybe intentionally self-sabotaging, because we can get in those habits too. Humans do that. But you're having the clarity. It's like what happened with me, where it's like you can catch yourself and be like, wait. Do I actually want to do this? Do I actually want to go down this path? Do I actually want to spend my time, energy, and attention this way? Is this helping me? You can have the clarity for it. You're getting wiser. And the only reason you're so wise is because you've had all these experiences. You've endured so much. You've overcame so much. Yeah. Cat, receptivity. You are so receptive now. By also being receptive of being aware, but also receptive in the state of allowing the universe to work its magic and miracles, to allow it in, to allow the blessings, to allow the assistance, to allow the guidance. You're receptive to the signs and messages now, where before you could just shrug things off and oh, that's just a coincidence. That's just strange that happened. Weird how I keep seeing this number. Weird how, I was just thinking of this and then you bring this over. That's happened with my friends so many times. They would be thinking of something and then I'd bring it over. And they'd be like, oh, weird. But it's there are no accidents or mistakes or coincidences in this universe. The universe is very intentional. The universe knows all the components at play. The universe works everything out for your highest benefit, even if you don't see it right now. But also, speaking of repeating numbers and, no coincidences, my mom was talking about how she keeps waking up at 5:22 a.m. and she's like, oh, that's so weird. But, in terms of, angel numbers and numerology, 522 is a message about, staying balanced and focused during transitions, to open up and have the perspective to see the bigger picture, to make necessary, changes to bring helpful, growth and all that into your life. And it's to keep a strong faith, to trust that, positive energies, that the universe is working in your favor, and, that the angels, the divine, the universe has heard your prayers, have heard your wishes, have heard your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and that they're responding and answering and giving you all these opportunities and possibilities to make it happen. So whether you know it or not, everything's working out in your favor and you are getting receptive to it. You're allowing it in. You're not, whether intentionally or unintentionally, fighting against the universe, working against the universe. You're allowing yourself to go with the flow more, to, tune into your intuition, to take that aligned, inspired action instead of going based on, playing it safe and this is what I should do. You're not doing that anymore. You're staying true to yourself and deep down in your heart and soul that it's going to work out for you. Yeah. Trust. Trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Everything is unfolding as it should. Even if, things seem a little bit shaky right now, even if things seem uncertain, even if, experts or whoever's coming in and giving you all this proof, all this evidence, all this data, be like, no, here's why you should believe what I'm telling you. And it's like, but does it resonate? Does it align with you? Does it, align with what you feel in your heart and soul? Does that seem like something the universe would do for you? Is that the universe working in your highest and best interest, Something to keep in mind. Yeah. Refocus. Refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. And that could be in the sense of, listening to the quote-unquote experts and their data. Because, that's in the material world. That's, their concrete proof. It's like, look, see, we, could observe it, and so it's true, and people have confirmed this, that, and the other, and whatever. It's like, okay, but the divine is so much more powerful than any human being or human society. The divine is all-knowing. The divine works literal magic and miracles. So, what is it that you want to focus on? What is it that you want to speak into existence? What kind of life do you want to live? Yeah. Balance. Maintain harmony and balance in your life to manifest your desires. Yeah. If you are, feeding too much into the negative thoughts, into turmoil, into chaos, into drama, if you're feeding into things that, rob you of your clarity, rob you of your peace, rob you of your well-being, your health, all of that, you're not going to be in balance. You're not going to be able to manifest your desires because you're going to be off kilter, which is why the universe is reminding you to breathe, to know that you're loved, to clear your mind, to release those blocks, because you can manifest your desires. You can create your dream life. Again, it may take time. When you plant seeds, they don't immediately sprout into, giant oak trees or whatever it is that you planted. It takes time. But the seed, it is the oak tree. Even though it's still a seed, it will become it. So know that it's all going to work out. Trust. Empowerment. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. That's the thing. Empower yourself. Don't disempower yourself. Don't, buy into the fear of false evidence appearing real. Don't, let uncertainty rob you of your peace of mind and, your well-being. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The universe is working everything in your favor. It will work magic and miracles if you allow it. But you got to trust. You got to allow. You got to believe. Yep. I let go and allow the universe to do her thing. You let go and allow. You don't need to control. You don't need to force things. You don't need to make things happen. You don't need to have the weight of the world on your shoulder. You don't need to keep piling things up onto your plate and do it all. You can allow the universe to support you, to handle things, to work things out in your favor. You can co-create with the universe and instead of, turning that boat around, paddling upstream, is like, nope, I'm going to make it happen. I am determined. I'm going to, give it my all. I'm going to work hard. It's like, there's nothing wrong with hard work. But why work harder when you can work smarter? Why not go with the flow, with the universe who knows all the components in play? Why not allow the universe, who is all-knowing, all-powerful, to work its magic and miracles to help you out so you don't have to try to do it on your own? Why not allow? Why not allow? Why not get into that receptive mode, Yeah. I choose to reinterpret my fears with a more loving perspective. That's what I did earlier. I was like, wait, okay, so I'm good into the doubt, into the fear, into the uncertainty. Okay, but is this actually true? Is it actually true? There's some data, but is that the whole truth? Is that what the universe believes? Is that what the universe wants for me? And it's just like, okay, well, this has been in my heart and soul for the longest time, for as long as I can remember, ever since I was little. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the truth. Like, the universe would not instill this deep passion in me if it was just going to deny me. It may not turn out the way I envisioned as a kid, but that doesn't mean it's not meant. Just trying to bring more love and trust into this situation is going to go a long way. Yeah, there is always a solution of the highest good. The universe works everything out in your favor, even if it doesn't look like it, even if short term it just seems like you have this bad luck and everything's going wrong. In the end, it's for your highest good. Always. Because you are loved. The universe adores you. Okay, so we have the sun, rise to the occasion. Yeah, the universe is wanting you to rise above uncertainty, rise above fear, rise above insecurity, of doubt, all that. Remember to breathe, to clear your mind, and to go for it. You can have the life you desire. Again, it may take time, but you can have it if you can refocus, if you can balance, if you can trust, if you can empower yourself, if you can use narratives and mindsets and words and beliefs to your benefit instead of to your detriment. Because the universe isn't working it all out for you, but you gotta trust. Yeah. Outer space, take the time to heal, grow, and expand. Release the blocks, clear your mind, remember you're loved. Balance to maintain peace and harmony, because you don't have to stay the same small self. You can start a new chapter. You don't have to be the little child that, maybe your family never saw and never heard and, always neglected and used as a scapegoat and, all these things. Like, you don't have to save that person. You can choose to learn from it. You can choose to grow and heal and expand. You're meant for more. That's why the universe has it in your heart and soul. Yeah. Radiate. Let your light shine through. You're meant for more. That's why it's in your heart and soul. So let your true colors shine. Let your light shine. You have so much to give, but you can't, stay small and scared, too afraid to even step out or do anything, too afraid to act. You gotta go for it. You gotta trust. Light. Without the dark, we never see the stars. Yeah. So, when life has those storms, when life offers you that contrast and the supposed bad luck, and, it can offer you more clarity on what it is that you want. It can help you get laser focused on what it is you're looking for, and it helps you appreciate what you do have. After all that drama and all the nonsense and all the ick with that toxic group and the narcissist, I appreciate my best friend all the more, because it's just like, I know I can trust her. I know that I can rely on her. I know that she loves me. Even though we don't see each other all the time because of how life has developed, she has 2 children and all that, like, we're still good. We're still solid. I know she has my back. I know I can rely on her. I know I can come to her. And I know she feels the same with me. I know that I have a genuine friend, someone who is like a soul sister to me. So it's just like, without, all of the contrast, we wouldn't be able to see the light. We wouldn't be able to appreciate for what it is. So often we end up taking our greatest blessings for granted. And so, as much as it can suck, as much as it can be unpleasant, that's part of the reason why we have the contrast in this world. That's part of the reason. And in the end, it works out for our highest good. It works out for our highest good. Rainbow. The most difficult part of the situation is over. Yeah. Sometimes the most difficult part of the situation is just learning what it is that you need to let go of, what it is that you no longer need to carry, what is going on in your life that no longer serves you, maybe holding you back, maybe harming you, maybe self-sabotage, whatever it is. But know that brighter days are ahead of you. You have the rainbow. It can lead you to the pot of gold. You can literally speak it into existence. So it's going to be okay, guys. It's going to be okay. Yeah. The sun is shining down on you. Happiness and well-being. Like, the universe is shining all this love onto you. It's the light and the dark. The universe's love is lighting up your world. And you're going to benefit so much from it. And you can speak that into existence too, guys. Know that you're loved. Yeah. It's the dawn of a new era, sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. It's a fresh start. It's all working out for you. Shield, you need to defend yourself. And that could just be defending yourself by, could be the armor of God, so to speak, or just knowing that you're loved. Reminding yourself with positive affirmations, reminding yourself that you are meant for more than other people's limiting beliefs, your own limiting beliefs. You can clear your mind and you can let go of the baggage. You can defend yourself through love, through kindness, through gentleness, by allowing yourself to be human, by not beating yourself and judging yourself if you have a weak moment, if, you're having that imperfect flaw part of your life and you're just like wanting to beat yourself up for. It's like, well, how is that going to help you? How is that going to help you get to the next level if you're just shaming and guilting and beating yourself up for it? Be gentle with yourself. Be kind and loving towards yourself. Help nurture yourself and uplift yourself rather than, dragging yourself down. Because when you can clear your mind, when you can let go of that, when you can treat yourself with kindness and love and respect, you're climbing the ladder of success. You're reaching new heights. The universe wants you to go for it. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah. You might just need to step away, guys. You might just need to take a break, whether, brief or longer, because we're in the summer here in the US and so many people are going on vacations. Like, this upcoming weekend, the boys that I help tutor and I, help get them to all their activities and I check on their dogs, they're going on vacation. So it's like, it's time for that. It's time to take a break. It's time to pause. It's time to breathe. It's time for a time out to recollect yourself, to reset, to get that clarity, to get that peace of mind, and choose what it is you want to focus on, what you want to be your priority. Because you can speak it into existence. But it helps if you have that clarity, if you know what you want to focus on. If you have that, good internal, stable, strong foundation of things like peace and inner strength and resilience and, trust and balance and being receptive to allow in the universe's blessings, magic, and miracles. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.